Good Monday morning, South Florida. Back to work and back to school after what was a very warm weekend and ended up stormy last night, right? Well, that heat and humidity did help fuel for those storms that we saw that brought the heavy rain, the gusty wind, and the flooding. Well, that's all I think in the past. I'm happy to tell you we're waking up to dry conditions, warm and humid conditions with temperatures in the 70s. We'll see some 60s on the map once we get closer to sunrise just before 7 a.m. Right now, we do have some 60s inland. Now, temperatures away from the coast slightly more comfortable because of that ocean breeze. Obviously keeps things warmer near the coast, though the winds are calm right now. We are noticing our dew points in the mid to upper 60s and low 70s, so the air is still tolerable, not too humid or too sticky. Northern half of the state warming up too into the 60s already. Pretty impressive what's going on across the southeastern half of the United States with temperatures. I'll show it to you in just a minute. But for right now, you need to know we are waking up to some cloud cover out there, but we're expecting more sunshine and drier conditions today for much of the day. With that being said, though, make sure you have the rain gear because there is going to be some pockets of storms starting to develop once we get that peak heating of the day later this afternoon. The disturbance has pushed away. Both of the areas will continue to push over the Atlantic, but in the wake of it, we can't rule out that chance of some storms. Where we're seeing more storms in the way of snowfall is out west. What an impressive and yes, blizzard-like conditions that occurred over the weekend for California. I told you about this on Friday that it was going to occur. The snow depth is amazing for our friends across the higher elevations of the Sierra Nevada. Good and bad, obviously, because travels are not available to be done there. On 80 and 50, the interstates are closed because of how much snowfall they have received. And I mean, the depth is just impressive. We're talking 35 inches. They received 10 to 12 feet of snow over the weekend. And again, the numbers just continue to pile up, which is actually going to be very good news once the snow obviously starts to melt and it turns into rain. So therefore, it helps with any type of drought issues that they've had, which has progressively gotten better year after year since they started to see these overall snow events from the atmospheric river from the Pacific. So again, through today and tomorrow, though, another round of snow is expected for the higher elevations of the Sierra Nevada into the central portions of California. Now, this is all associated with a dip in the jet stream in the cold air, but look what's happening here in the southeast. We have such warm, humid conditions. We're talking record highs again. Look at all these arrows going up. This is above average. We're talking 22 degrees above average for Kansas City as a high of 71. We're talking 18 degrees above average for Tennessee and 14 degrees above average for Washington, D.C. Now for us, we're going to be above average too, but nothing like that, just by a few degrees. With our winds moving in from the north and northwest in the upper levels of the atmosphere, that's why we could see some storms around because we'll see the convergence of the mid and upper level winds and the low-level winds with some storms. Then tomorrow, same thing. As this frontal boundary just stalls out north of us, we'll stay ahead of it. Warm, more humid conditions. I'm keeping the forecast with that chance of showers ever so slightly into the afternoon hours for the next couple days. Headed to the beach or doing any boating, we have a moderate risk of rip currents for you beachgoers, boaters. The bays will be at a light chop. So here's your 7-day forecast. Look, we will eventually see that frontal boundary push through, and then we'll see drier conditions as we go into the end of the week and leading into the weekend.